The movement phase is where you move your units around the battlefield, jockeying for position, preparing ambushes, and seizing objectives. The movement phase is split into 2 steps. 1. Move units, and 2. Call in reinforcements. First, select a unit in your army to move. You can choose whether that unit makes a normal move, an advance, or remains stationary. When a unit makes a normal move, each model in the unit can move a distance in inches up to its move characteristic. You'll find the move characteristic on the unit's datasheet. When a unit makes an advance, roll a d6. Add the result in inches to the unit's move characteristic until the end of that movement phase. As you can see, advancing lets your models cover more ground. But that extra speed comes at a cost. Units that advance cannot normally shoot or charge later in the same turn. You don't have to move all your units. You can choose to remain stationary with any units you want. Perfect if you're already holding a great position. There are a few important things to know when moving your units. The first is unit coherency. All models in a unit must finish their move in a single group within 2 inches of another model from the same unit, or 2 models from the same unit if the unit numbers 6 models or more. The second is engagement range. This represents the zone of threat that models present to their enemies. When making a normal move or an advance, no model can be moved within 1 inch of any enemy unit. This is known as the engagement range. Third, models can't normally move over other models. And fourth, most models can't move off the edge of the battlefield. When you've finished moving all the models in a unit, select the next unit in your army you want to move and repeat the process until you've moved all the units you want to. It's worth mentioning that there is a final option you can choose when selecting your units in the movement phase. You can choose for them to fall back, allowing them to retreat out of close combat. Units which do this are subject to the same restrictions as those who advanced, but for now, we'll skip this rule. It's definitely worth looking up when you've played a few games. Some units have rules that allow them to start the battle as reinforcements. These can begin the game off the battlefield. If you have a unit that has this special rule, you can bring it into play in the movement phase after all of your units already on the battlefield have moved. How the reinforcements enter play will be clearly explained on its datasheet. Reinforcement units always count as having moved in the turn you bring them onto the battlefield, so you can't move them any further. When you've moved all your units and brought any reinforcements into play, your movement phase is complete. It's time for the psychic phase.